So yeah, it looks like the single life is not going that well for Tia Emery, because it looks like she's trying to spin the block with her ex-husband Cory Hardrict. But Cory is not having any of it, because he just threw some major shade at Tia for trying to win him back. Now Tia and Cory have been doing a great job of co-parenting their two kids after Tia F for divorce in 2022. But it looks like Tia wants so much more for Cory. But y'all, it looks like we're about to see some more drama from these two, because Cory is ready to put it all out on Front Street to embarrass Tia. So let's break it down. It's kind of crazy to imagine that Tia would be the one trying to win Cory back, because we all assumed that Cory would be the one pushing for reconciliation, not Tia, because she was the one who filed for divorce first. Now Tia announced their divorce in 2022 on Instagram, saying, "I always been honest with my fans, and today is no different. I wanted to share that Cory and I have decided to go our separate ways. These decisions are never easy and not without sadness. We will maintain a friendship as we co-parent our beautiful children. I am grateful for all the happy times we had together and want to thank my friends, family, and fans for your love and support as we start this new chapter moving forward in our lives." Now, we all thought that the relationship was rock solid at first, but clearly we couldn't have been more wrong from the outside. They gave us this picture perfect vibe, like everything was smooth and steady. But when the news of their divorce broke, it felt like a curveball that no one saw coming. Everybody had bought into the idea that they were in it for the long haul. So when she announced the split, it sent shockwaves. What made it even more surprising, though, was her initial claim that things would remain peaceful and respectful between them. But as time went on, it became more obvious that her hopes for a calm and amicable separation were overly optimistic. Whatever was happening behind the scenes didn't match the polished image that she was trying to present. No, she didn't exactly spill all the tea about what caused their marriage to fall apart, but she did drop some pretty big hints, and from what she shared, it seemed like financial struggles were at the core of their issues. And honestly, that wasn't shocking to anybody who's followed their relationship over the years. But let's face it, Tia was always the one carrying the financial weight in that household. She wasn't just successful, she was already a household name long before Cory entered the picture. But back in the day when they first met, Tia was thriving as a lead actress on Sister Sister. The hit Sitsi Comat catapulted her and her twin sister Tamar to fame by the time Cory came along. Her career was already in full swing, and she had solidified herself as a Hollywood success story. Meanwhile, Cory was still working to carve out a name for himself in the entertainment industry. Their weird dynamic was with her being the established star and having him trying to find his footing might have worked at first, but over time it could have created a growing imbalance. The pressure of being the primary breadwinner likely weighed heavily on Tia, especially because it seemed like they had disagreements about how money was being spent or managed. And while she never outright said it, there was an unspoken implication that this financial divide caused tension that became even harder to ignore. Add in the usual challenges of maintaining a marriage in the public eye, and you can start piecing together why their relationship might have crumbled. But Cory himself opened up about the struggles he faced early on in their relationship, even admitting during an interview that he felt pressured to propose before he was financially ready. He opened up about how the societal and personal expectations placed on him as a man added to that pressure.
I'm gonna tell you this, every Christmas or birthday, I felt the pressure mounting because she would look and it wouldn't
every
be no rent.
Christmas,
No,
Cory?
not
That's
every.
not true.
I think up until the last year, when she had a birthday, I think she was expecting like something.
Last year, what? Like
before it happened, before we got engaged.
Like year.
No, I remember.
6,
I felt
7?
the pressure, and we would talk about it on the phone. She would throw little hints like, you know, like that it's probably not gonna work out if he ain't trying to marry me. Like, what are we doing? We just dating, and she don't date, and you know, and so I was kind of like, man, you know, I have to marry her. But it wasn't like I didn't want to marry her. I just wasn't ready financially. I'll be honest. I felt like I was afraid. I was scared. I was just like, man, you know, this is serious. But then I said, you know what?
But I think we have to
Hold on,
bring.
babe. Let me
Sorry.
finish.
Sorry.
So I went back to my old saying of what brought me here. What brought me here was faith on that plane was $75. And I said,
this
okay.
is nice to know. We never said this.
No, but so I said, well, you know what? Money's not everything, you know, and people think that it is, or that's what, you know, you'll get fake people and fake friends and all that with money. But I said one thing. I said, you know what? I got faith, and that's one thing I never waver is my faith and my belief in myself, God, my mother, and heaven looking down on me. I said, you know what? I'm gonna step up and make a move, and God gonna take care of us. And that's just the honest truth. And I said, I'm gonna get a ring. I didn't have a lot of money, but I got a really, really nice ring. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna make this happen. And that's the truth. I said, I love her. She loves me. It's real. We'll make it work no matter what. I don't care what people gonna say. They probably, why are you marrying this broke? You know? I said, whatever. We gonna make this work.
But despite Cory's initial struggles, Tia seemed perfectly fine with their arrangement when they got married, and the couple stayed married for 14 years. Now, for over 10 years, she appeared to embrace their setup, continuing to thrive in her career while supporting Cory as he found his footing. But as the years went by, something shifted. T started to feel the weight of being the primary breadwinner in their relationship, and it began to bother her more than she let on. At first, subtle signs of her discontent began to surface, particularly on social media, and she didn't outright call Cory out, but she didn't need to. Her actions spoke volumes. On one point, she liked the video shared by the Neighborhood Talk that addressed the frustrations of being with a partner who doesn't pay bills or contribute financially to the household. Now, for a lot of fans, this was a clear indication of how she was feeling, and fans quickly connected the dots, speculating that Tia was sending a message about the dynamics in her own marriage, while she never publicly confirmed it or denied it. These subtle moves painted a picture of someone who was growing increasingly tired of carrying the financial load alone.
So happy we live together. I'm excited to pay our first bill. You know the rent's due, right? Who on earth is excited to pay bills? And what do you mean together? Hey, you live here, so you're not gonna pay it. Wait, what? So what would you do if I wasn't living here with you? What would you do? I would pay the rent and all the bills. Exactly. So why do you need me to pay the rent and the bills if you can do it by yourself? It was your idea. It was your idea to move in together, so you're not gonna help pay any bills. You know I'm in between jobs. You know I done put in 5 applications. And why'd you move in with me with no? So why you gonna kick me out? I thought you loved me. Love don't keep the lights on, but love keeps our relationship on. Is that not worth anything to you? It's worth something to me, but I'll have a job within the next 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months? What am I supposed to do till then? Do what you do if I wasn't here. Duh, you said it earlier. What?
But Tia didn't just stop at liking the video. She went a step further and left a shady side-eye emoji under the post.
But T didn't just stop at liking the video. She went a step further and left a shady side-eye emoji under the post, making sure her feelings were loud and clear. And trust me, the internet wasted no time catching the hint. People quickly pieced it together, speculating that Tia had finally reached a breaking point with Cory's lack of financial contributions. The general consensus, Sis had had enough of carrying the load and decided it was time to let him go. And after that, though Tia mostly kept things classy and stayed quiet about the details of the divorce, she seemed focused on moving forward and showing the world that she was unbothered and ready to start fresh and date again. While Cory, on the other hand, went full patty mode. Instead of keeping it clean, he starting up his own drama, towing everything he could to complicate the divorce proceedings. At one point, he even tried to go after Tia's money, which only made him look mass in the court of public opinion, while Tia kept it together. Though Cory seemed determined to make the split as difficult as possible, and Cory responded to Tia's divorce filing. He asked for alimony, even pushed the courts to review the prenup they signed before they got married. According to the court documents, Cory and his lawyers asked for the determination of the validity of the prenuptial agreement dated April 14, 2008, and or that any provisions are unconscionable. This meant that Cory and his lawyers were trying to claim that the prenup was signed too close to the wedding, and that he might have been coerced into signing the pup against his will when Cory made that move to go after Tia's money people didn't hold back. They dragged him for filth. The general reaction was, how dare he after all Tia did for him? But as the dust settled, some fans started to think his motives weren't purely about the money. Speculation grew that Cory wasn't actually interested in her finances. Instead, he might have been using it as a way to stall the divorce. Maybe he thought if he dragged things out long enough, he could convince Tia to reconsider and give their marriage another shot. And things took a messy turn when Cory somehow managed to get that prenup thrown out in court. That move seemed to be the final straw for Tia, and she decided it was time to stop playing nice if Cory wanted to fight dirty. She was more than ready to meet him at his level, and she didn't hold back either. Tia went straight for the jugular thing request with the court to make sure that she got everything that belonged to her in the marriage. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And I'm not just talking about big ticket items like houses, cars, or bank accounts. No, sis went full petty mod right. Back, she wanted airline miles, credit card reward points, and even the points accumulated on cards tied to entities she owned. It was clear that Tia wasn't trying to settle with anything on this divorce, and she was making a statement. Sis said, I want it all. Well, quickly Cory realized the heat that she was bringing and decided it wasn't worth the fight, cause rather than to let things escalate further, he backed off and let the divorce wrap up without any more drama. In the end, the divorce was finalized and both of them walked away. But it was clear that Tia wasn't about to let walk all over her, not without a fight. But unfortunately for him, Tia's mind was already made up. She seemed firm in her decision and wasn't about to look back. Less than a year after she filed, though the divorce was finalized and marked the official end of their 14-year marriage. With that chapter closed, both Tia and Cory were free to step into their single lives and figure out what came next, though it was clear that Tia had been ready for this fresh start for a long time. But despite all the drama and tension leading up to the divorce, Tia and Cory managed to keep things civil. When it was all said and done, they didn't let the messiness overshadow everything that they had built over their 14 years together. But Tia in particular took the high road when she reflected on their marriage in an interview. She made it clear that she didn't view their time together as a failure. Instead, she described it as a learning experience, saying she had simply graduated from the relationship, whatever that means.
My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy? Are they thriving? Are they growing? And I feel like that is what is most important.
Appreciate y'all. Coach Marcus, sending nothing but love. It's love, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all for real. Okay, I love my beautiful family, love my kids, love my wife, I love all.
When rumors started throwing that Tia had moved on and was possibly seeing other men, Cory didn't handle that too well either. In fact, he nearly lost his cool during an Instagram live session. Fans who tuned in noticed that he seemed visibly frustrated. And while he didn't directly call out Tia or the rumors, his energy spoke volumes. At one point, he even made a few cryptic comments himself about people being quick to move on and how some folks don't value loyalty.
Oh, wow, these comments. I don't know nothing about no boyfriend. Maybe y'all tell me. I have no idea. I don't know nothing. I don't pay it no mind.
All right, I appreciate y'all. Coach Marcus, sending nothing but love. It's love, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all for real. Okay, I love my beautiful family. Love my kids, love my wife, I love all you guys.
Along with his frustration over the rumors about Tia moving on, Cory also took the opportunity to address speculation about his own alleged infidelity during their marriage on Instagram Live. He flat out denied the rumors, insisting that he never cheated on Tia. He got pretty animated too while shutting down the gossip, making it clear that he wasn't going to let people paint him as this villain without a fight. But Cory emphasized that the breakup was complicated enough without adding false narrative to the mix, and he wanted to set that record straight.
That did not happen. Baby beautiful, 2222, that did not happen. I don't like her dress and stuff, but that didn't happen.
So yeah, Cory desperately wanted her back, and he wasn't ashamed to admit it in public. In an interview, he opened up about how heartbroken he was when Tia chose to file for divorce instead of working on their marriage.
You know, it's tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands. And, you know, no one's there for you. And it's just like, you know, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's tough, he's strong. But you know, it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. You know, nobody see that.
Yeah.
Nobody see that.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Cory Hardrict know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yes.
I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like, I'm here and I'm still going.
Well, to both their credits, though they seem to really be putting in a lot of effort for co-parenting, because things have been pretty chill between them for a while now. There have been reports that Cory has been back in the dating game and meeting more women and having the time of his life, and his career is looking up. Apparently, he's talking to several women, and things are looking up for him, unfortunately. Though this isn't the case with Tia, because she has been pretty open about how she has been struggling to get back in the dating game. And it's no surprise though, because dating as a high-profile woman can be hard enough. But dating as a high-profile single mom with a B of career is even harder. Even Tia had to find that out the hard way. I mean, you're 14 years out the game, sis. But you thought it was going to be, well, she had everybody buzzing when she jumped on TikTok to share how tricky the dating world had been for her since the divorce. In the video, she used humor to express her struggles, making it clear that getting back out there wasn't exactly a walk in the park, whether it was dealing with awkward first dates or weird MS or sheer chaos of modern dating tea. Let it be known that re-entering the scene after 14 years of marriage wasn't easy.
It got worse, but I feel like it's about to get worse. Oh! It got worse. It got worse.
And people wondered if this meant that she would be taking Cory back, but she denied it, saying, "Just because the dating life is complicated doesn't mean I'm going to go back to something that no longer served me. That's like implementing if I don't book an audition or a part as an actor right away. I'm going to give up on my dreams." She also appeared to throw shade at Cory when she said and posted this picture of herself, captioning, "What one man won't do, another man will." However, it seemed like she started giving subtle signs that she was open to getting back together with Cory, because last year she started wearing her ring once again, while sparking rumors that she and Cory might be getting back together, which Cory's team immediately shut down, insisting that they were co-parenting and nothing else but this. It wasn't just her romantic life that was suffering, because her relationship with her twin Tamara also suffered after the divorce as well. We don't know if it's because Tamara took Cory's side of the divorce, or if she and Tia had just gotten distant, but it was clear as day that things were strained between them. In an episode of her docu-series, Tia broke down about how hard the divorce was on her, and how she couldn't even talk to her twin about it because they weren't really close as they used to be. In her new docu-series, Tia Mowry, My New Act, Tia let it all out, giving fans a raw, unfiltered look at life post-divorce. She didn't shy away from discussing the hard stuff, sharing the emotional and mental and even financial hurdles that she had to overcome as she adjusted to her new reality. It wasn't just about moving on from a 14-year marriage. It was about rediscovering herself in the process. And Tia got candid about how difficult it was to navigate this new chapter, admitting that there were moments when she felt lost and overwhelmed. And she spoke about having to redefine her identity, not just as a single woman, but as someone stepping out of her comfort zone.
Always wanted the family dynamic of having a mom and a dad in one household. And
one of the most painful changes has been the growing distance between her and Tamara. The twin sisters who were once practically joined the hip are now leading very separate lives, and Tamara is focused on her own family and career, while Tia is navigating her post-divorce journey. The gap between them feels wider and wider than ever, and Tia is struggling with the absence of that once unshakable bond. But for Tia, losing that constant support system has been one of the toughest adjustments. She's so used to leaning on others, whether it was Cory during their marriage or Tamara during their earlier years. But now she's had to figure things out on her own, standing on her own 2 feet without the safety that she's always relied on. And it has been nothing short of a challenge. Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close, and I could, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are right now. But what really had people talking was the post that she made on Christmas Day, where it looked like she was complaining about being a single mom on Christmas. She posted a picture of her and her kids, and she wrote a lengthy post saying, "Happy holidays from my family to yours, co." Parenting during the holidays is a journey, one that's filled with a lot of mixed emotions. It's different, and yes, it can feel challenging and even lonely at times, especially when you're adjusting to a new family dynamic. But over time, I found the beauty in it. It's an opportunity for my kids to build meaningful relationships with both parents, and for me, it creates space for self-discovery, healing, and rejuvenation. I'll admit, as a single mom, I sometimes feel the way because our family doesn't look like others. But you know what? That's okay. Different doesn't mean less than. The most important thing is keeping the traditions alive for my children, because no matter how it looks, we are still family. Now, what really had people talking was the fact that she spent Christmas with Cory and the kids. So her complaining about how hard it was being a single mother during Christmas just seemed weird and fraudulent. But wait a minute, because it just got 10 times weirder. According to an insider, Tia has been trying to get back with Cory for a hot minute now because, well, let's face it, the dating scene has been crappy. Would they say the dating pool got pee in it? Definitely that. And the insider claimed that Tia has been pulling some interesting moves to try to get him to work on their relationship, including suggesting Coop's therapy. But Cory is not interested. The insider added that Cory wants things to stay cordial between them and for them to keep having a great co-parenting relationship. But he doesn't want anything more than that. He allegedly shut her down. So it looks like Tia just struck out big time. But I got to know what y'all think about this. Is Tia trying to get Cory back after swearing up and down as she was done with him? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and then check out this next video.